Hi ladies, so I just wanted to give you guys the quick lowdown of what I was going to teach today so that you guys can still have something to kind of meditate on and think about for this week. So one of the main things I was going to touch on this week was going to be who are you? And I was listening to a podcast this week because I am also taking classes now, and heard about a gal who was talking about basically who you are is the person that you become when you're doing something that you're the most passionate doing. So think about something that you're really, really passionate doing, and then that person that you become is going to be, that is who you are to your core. So like for me, for example, like when I am helping someone or I'm like coaching them or whatever, I become very enthusiastic. I'm very, educated when I speak. I get very caring and passionate. And so those will be some of the quality traits of me when I am just being me. And so when you think about something that you truly are passionate about doing or that you truly enjoy doing, and the type of person that you are when you're doing that is who you really are to your core. So basically those character traits are what flow out of you, and that's who you are. And so how can you be more intentional? And this is kind of something I want you guys to meditate on, a question. How can you be more intentional about authentically being you in every situation? And so just being able to make sure that you are authentically being you daily. And how can you do that? How can you bring that into your life? So think about that. One of the things that I really wanted to touch on was Proverbs 31. This is going to be the biblical model of womanhood. I don't have it written out here. But if you guys want to look up Proverbs 31, that's going to be one of the scriptures that I kind of banked this off of today. But one of the other things that I want to talk about was women of strength versus a strong woman. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this before, but a strong woman is someone who tries to take on everything in her own understanding and in her own personal strength. Okay, so like her own humanly strength. A lot of times these women can be really stubborn. They can be kind of harsh. They can be a little bit like too far on the spectrum because they try to handle everything to the standard and to the ability that they have in their own personal capacity. And a lot of times they're very strung out and like stressed out because there's so much going on that they don't have the capability or the ability to be able to sit back and give that to someone else. And so that is a strong woman. But to be a woman of strength is something very different. To be a woman of strength is to know your capabilities as a human and know your strength and your strengths and weaknesses as a human and as a person, and understanding that you can't carry all the weight of all things and all burdens all the time. And so understanding when it's time to give those burdens and to give that weight up to the Lord and be able to do that in a way that you can look for guidance from Him and have peace in your daily life and still walk as the person that you are because you're not overly overwhelmed by all of the other things that the world has just thrown at you, if that makes sense. So just meditate on that. If you are a strong woman now, then how you could gradually start to become more of a woman of strength, or just the qualities that you would want in a woman of strength, or like the different qualities between a strong woman and a woman of strength, and how you could gradually become more of a woman of strength, because women of strength have peace, and peace flows out of them. And when hard things come at them, they know when to dictate that needs to be given up to somebody else, and I need to not be bothered by that, and I need to move past that. So I think that that's really something interesting to go over. Some of the scriptures that I was going to touch on was, like I said earlier, Proverbs 31:17 specifically. I was going to touch on 1 Peter 4:10. I was going to touch on Ephesians 2:10 and Romans 12:11, Hebrews 4:16, Proverbs 31:25, Proverbs 3:26, and Matthew 22:37. And I'll write those out in the message here once I send you guys the message, and so that you guys can have that. Something else that I want to talk about is a woman of strength has God confidence. And so that just means that like her confidence flows within her and about who she is because she has the confidence that God has provided to her. And so I want you guys to meditate on what is one thing that you're super confident about when it comes to yourself, and how can you live in that confidence every single day. So I love you, beautiful ladies. Miss you guys lots. But let's try to be women of strength and not just strong women. So love you all. I hope that was a fun little lesson. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. Love you lots.